Alright, that should work.
Good?
Yeah, boy.
Cool.
Cool.
Alright, boys. Welcome back. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Lockdown Third Opinion. Today, of course, it's me and Chris, and we are guested with the one and only Mr. Toe Biscuit Supreme.
Hello.
How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. How many beers have you had?
Just 2 pints.
Really?
Oh.
Yep.
Fair enough. How are you finding, well, you know,
Lockdown.
in a way for you?
Well, obviously I'm still able to ride. I'm still able to go hamps and that, so it's alright. Not getting told off.
Not getting told off, apart from your friends, of course.
Apart from my mates, yeah.
Yeah.
Mates think it's fun to tell me off.
How have you found that so far?
Not bad. I like a nibble. You know I do.
I know you do. Yeah, true. Fair enough. One thing I wanted to say was, what is the first thing that we all do? Where do we go, and what do we do when this ends?
Mmm.
We've got to have a peng idea to do something.
Well, apparently Spain is on lockdown until the end of the year.
Yeah, apparently it's on lockdown till Christmas, which sucks.
We had ours rebooked for September, did you?
Yeah, well, yeah, we've rebooked
I didn't
ours.
book mine now. I didn't book mine.
Did you get your money back?
Not for the flights, only for the hotel and, apartment.
Fair.
I couldn't be asked with the flights. Like, we only paid like £70 for the flights, so
Ours wasn't about
I
either,
just-
I don't think.
yeah, I wasn't too bothered about the flights.
And
They were only offering us the return back as well.
Oh,
I
really?
think they only offered us
Yeah.
one as well, Steve. I think we had to pay for the other.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
We had it rebooked for September, but that doesn't look like it's gonna...
Yeah,
Gonna go
that's
down.
exactly why I didn't book mine, because I just had a feeling that it was just going to get cancelled again.
Bro, that was the weirdest fucking thing, because I was very much in the same boat as you were. I remember it being on the group chat, and I remember I was getting on the train to London to see Erin, and I remember as I got on the train, it was like, yeah, we're going, fuck this, we're going, and then the street jump put stay away on their Instagram.
But even when they put that up, I was still 100% going.
Bro,
I even
remember.
commented.
I know.
I commented on the post, and I was like, I'm seeing you there. You know, if that plane is leaving England, I'm going. You know, I'm going. I'm getting on that plane.
I remember there was a lot of bickering in the chat because we were all I was with you, to be fair. I was like, no, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think there was only 4 of us left that was still down to go.
Yeah, we were all in the same boat, and then everyone else was like, "Oh, we've got loads of people pulling out. Can we stay at yours? Is this happening? That's happening." We were like, "Just calm, everyone. Just you're gonna sleep on our floor."
Everyone in my room pulled out. I messaged Chris, and I was like, "Yo, bro, I need a place to stay for Barcelona because all 14 people in our room have pulled out."
And you're still going.
Yeah, and I needed somewhere to stay, so I was just gonna stay on your floor.
Yeah, see you there. Would have been great.
Oh, it would have been sick. Imagine getting stuck in Barcelona, bro.
Yeah,
hindsight, I'm so glad we didn't get on the flight.
Yeah.
Because did you see all Juzzy's stories?
Yeah.
But yeah, they were on lockdown.
Yeah, police were putting people, getting people off the streets and stuff. If we had gone, we would have had to sit in the hotel the whole time and then struggled to get back.
Well, either I'd rather sit in a hotel in Barcelona than sit in my room at home.
Yeah.
It would have been... yeah, it's great saying that, but then imagine if you actually were there, and when you go to leave to get some beers or something, you get put back in by the police, and you just think to yourself, wish I was at home. It was a tough one.
Well, then I'd regret it, but I haven't. I still haven't gone, so I'm still annoyed.
Fair. Alright, so what are we doing when we come out of lockdown for the first session, if you will?
It's got to be London.
London.
Got to be London. You love London.
Well, where else we go? I
You
fucking
love
London. I do love London.
You do.
Depending on when it is, I say we keep it simple and just get barbecues at Hamps. Just get everybody there.
Well, yeah, that'll be on a weekday, but weekends. I'm going to London.
You used to go to London every fucking weekend as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's sick.
I love it. What is the best event that you've been to personally? And I don't mean well put together or anything. I mean the one that I'd say you enjoyed yourself the most at.
It was probably the Crew Tapes premiere.
True.
That was
Crew
brilliant.
Tapes 2. That was so sick.
That was a sick weekend.
Just the whole atmosphere, and you know when you work so hard for a video, and then have everyone at the same time just watching it, and that's when it's all worth it. And it's just honestly, that was one of the best weekends of my life. It was so sick.
It was so.
Right. It was good. It was a good time. Yeah. It was good because they had like the whole street jam and everything to go like to like sort of, you know what I mean, be there for a reason, be in Liverpool and everything. Maybe we should go to Liverpool.
I'm down. I'm down.
I mean, I'm down.
Jay said something about heebie-jeebies. Some bar. It's got like 3 floors. It's sick.
Heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, heebie-jeebies.
That's fair. We can set the boat again. The boat that we stayed in on the road trip was in.
That looked jokes.
It was good.
Yeah, the boat was really cool. It wasn't clean though. It wasn't a clean boat.
Filthy.
What do you mean?
There was shit everywhere. Like there was just dust in all the corners, and there was like food underneath the sofas. Like
mad.
It was dirty. It was cool though. Staying on a boat was cool.
Not mad.
Bro, I never like saw the light of day. Me and Chris were going to sleep, and all of a sudden, I felt this drip, right, onto the duvet, and I was trying to ignore it. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll go to sleep now, you know. And it dripped again, and then it dripped a little bit harder, and I was like, Chris, like, can you feel that? We put the light on, there's a vent, right, and it's just bare dripping all over our bed and shit. It was actually such a bootleg fucking Airbnb. On the bed, like on my chest. It was awful. Bro, it was so bad. It was so bad.
Drip.
Yeah. So, when you messaged me the other day, or it might have been on FaceTime, I can't remember what it was, but you said you're going to tell us on either why we're wrong or why you're right on who the GOAT is.
Matt McKean.
Matt McKean.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Okay. I would just say Matt McKean. That's what I would say. I'd say our Willie has done so much, like for scootering, and obviously Dakota's done a lot. I don't really fuck with Dakota that much though, but I don't know. I just think Matt McKean, 100%. Matt McKean.
That's a crazy.
He just kicked off like proper street riding, like just.
That's true. I can back
what's the word? Alright, I'm not good with words, whatever. But in my opinion, Matt McKean.
It's actually like the more I think about it, the better answer that probably is. Like it is. Sorry. That is like you're right. He did do a lot for back in the day, sort of street riding. Yeah. That is a fair point. He did.
Or Jazzy.
Jazzy's a good shout. Jazzy's got the longevity as well. That same as like Matt McKean. He also used to be like one of the best park riders as well. He's kind of done both. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. I don't know. For me, I don't know. I just feel like if you looked at like influence, Matt McKean is just not going to be up there with a lot of people.
I see what I mean. I said this to Ewan the other day, and Ewan was like, "Who's Matt McKean?"
Oh, what?
And I was like in my head, I was thinking, because I was watching the podcast last week, and I was thinking someone like Jazzy or Matt McKean was just going to be mentioned. Maybe that's why I want to say it more, but there was no mentions of Jazzy and Matt McKean. I just think that's insane. But I mean, everyone's.
If you ask people who grew up riding park who the GOAT is, they're going to say...
That's what I mean.
Oh, Willie. If you came into the scene riding street, you're gonna pick a street rider.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get why you said Matt McKean. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So for me,
like, 100%, I agree with that. 100%.
A pioneer in like the street scene, wasn't
he? Yeah.
It's a good point. Of course, it's all subjective, but I think my point is when my question is who's the GOAT, I'm talking of scootering. I'm not talking of street or of park. I'm talking of overall who is the GOAT. And for me, that's why Ryan Williams has just done the most for us as a sport, if you will, as opposed to specifically street. He's sort of done everything and everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet that.
So that's my opinion on it. But my opinion's already been shed before. So you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see our video where the kid said Leo Spencer?
I saw it on Fuck Long Way first.
What?
Mike's private.
Oh right, I saw it on Mike's like Instagram. Like,
Mike put on his story. I was dying.
Yeah.
So funny. Did you guys edit the credit bit in? Or
No, that was Mike. That was Mike.
That was too fucking funny.
Yeah, I was talking to Mike on Xbox and he was watching the video and he laughed, and then like 10 minutes later I see that with all the credits and the music and shit.
It's so fucking good.
He was like BLB and then next year. It's a joke.
That was too funny.
It made me laugh. It made me laugh at the time. Like at the time, I just thought that wow, like that's crazy. Like I didn't think. Like I'd love to ask like 100 random people at the skate park, because I reckon you'd have so many answers like that.
You get a right bag of answers, wouldn't you?
You'd get a wide category of people.
You get a bunch of Claudius Vitessis and
Oh.
all of that.
Claudius Vitessi. Yeah, that's fair. So, Crew Tapes 3, is that a thing?
Well, it will be next year.
Next year?
Cancelled this year.
Of course. That is tough.
Sucks.
It does suck.
Return.
So, over the last, your riding's changed a lot. I mean, you've only been riding since like, 15, 16 maybe?
Well, that's what I mean. I rode when I was like year 7.
Yeah, I remember you've always been at Hampton, but like, you've not always been either riding anything or
and then I
necessarily
skated like year 9.
Yeah.
And then when I left school, I went college, and I was still skating then. So maybe like 2016, I got back into scooters.
Yeah, it's not long ago. Well,
everyone in my local was riding scooters.
Yeah, I remember.
And then it was just me and Ollie skating.
I remember watching you transition from like picking up a scooter for the first time. Because you've kind of joined so late, we've never seen like a part. Is that something that you want to do? You'd want to build. You'd want to film yourself.
100%.
One big edit.
Ask Chris why I haven't filmed anything yet.
Don't bring me into this. This is on you, brother.
Every time I message Chris, every time we arrange to film, Chris is
I'm a busy
on
man.
me.
I'm a busy man. I do busy things.
I respect that.
I work 13-hour shifts, like 60 plus hours a week. Like, what do you want from me?
I just want a clip or two.
Yeah, well, you've got my camera now, so now there's no excuse.
I ain't got your arms though, brother.
True, you ain't got that first angle steady arms.
But no, film is unreliable. I've been messaging this skater from Peterborough, and he was like, "Yo, message me if you if you ever want to film." And I think I've arranged to meet with him like 3 times, and he's just cancelled me every single time.
It's a tough thing going out and filming.
Yeah.
If you have the capability to film and you know angles and etc., like if you don't have any kind of attachment to the project, it's hard to get. If you're not getting paid for it, or if you're not like really good friends with the person you're filming, like it's quite hard to get motivated to film something or go out of your way to go and get a clip. It's a tricky one, so I understand why it's definitely difficult getting a filmer for sure. But it's one of them things. I guess just teach Ollie how to get angles.
You can't though.
To be fair, you've got to have an eye for it.
The amount of time. Okay, with Crew Tapes too. I think Ollie filmed 3 clips. That was the only clips he filmed for the whole like 2 weeks of filming, and every single clip we had to refilm. Every single clip, and 2 of them were mine.
That's tough.
The boy just can't film.
Who filmed the banger? Your 3-whip?
Con's good.
Did he?
Con's good.
Con's got the angles.
Con's got the long lens angles.
He's got them carpenter's steady hands, isn't he?
Big old tongues.
He's quite a patient person as well. He could sit there for a while.
He is, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's very.
That was first try, but he's got the angles. It was, yeah.
I remember you telling me that you didn't you bail a 3?
That's what I mean. I tried the 3. I was like I hopped it, and then I was just like, yeah, I'll bang a 3, and then I'll see what I feel like. And I failed the 3, and I was like, fuck that. I'll just try 3-whip. And I just did the 3-whip first too.
See that.
And I was on the Lucid as well. I wasn't even on my tail. That was the first day on my Lucid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that the well? That's the banger. But if you landed it first try, that can't really be that. Like, was it hard? Like, did you know what I mean? Were you surprised? Like, because there's a lot. Surely there was clips
I was
in Cruise
surprised
which took
because
ages.
it's just so long.
It is long. For people
Like,
who haven't been to Peterborough
if
or
you've been
seen
to
it, you won't understand how long that is.
Yeah, I remember watching it, like, obviously with you in Liverpool, and I remember like seeing that like obviously because I know that spot and I saw the stairs, and I saw you going towards it, but I was never expecting not only a 3-whip but to actually clear it. When you did the 3-whip, I still didn't. It hadn't gone that you'd actually gone onto the road and cleared the whole path. It wasn't until you actually hit the road, and I was like, oh shit, that's actually wild. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The things that got me the most gassed from that video were your 3-whip and Eden's Waitrose gap.
Oh my god, the Waitrose gap.
Because those two things, being from Peterborough, we know how ridiculously big those are. Like,
it's such a rare place to find people filming in Peterborough.
It is.
Like, no one ever films in Peterborough. Like,
I don't think anyone's ever hit that Waitrose spot.
Nah, well, me and Ollie did, but
what, pre-Eden or in the same session?
Yeah, no,
oh, really?
like a year before or something. But no one's ever filmed it, I don't think.
No, it's
I've
not.
Seen it.
It's not one of those things you look at and think, oh, I'm going to film a trick down that gap.
But it's such a sick spot.
It is.
Well, me and Chris eyed it up when I think I was picking you up from somewhere, from work or some shit. We just happened to be at Waitrose. We weren't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't have our scooters or anything.
Yeah.
But I remember we had a little eye up of it, and it's big. It is actually really big.
It's a long boy.
It is long.
There's such a margin for error. There's like trees either side that if you go slightly off, you're hitting. There's the fence underneath it.
There's brick floor that you landed on as well.
It's big margin for error. So it's nuts that Eden did that.
Eden's crazy though.
He is. He's got no fear.
No fear.
Yeah, he's got the mindset to just do whatever he wants, and he has that like full send mindset that some people just have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. What's one spot that you would really want to hit which you haven't yet? You've been to quite a few places.
There's loads in America. I can't even, like, there's just so many in America.
You want to get a Hollywood 16, didn't you?
For sure, yeah.
Hollywood.
I want to hit that one day.
Yeah.
To be fair. The Coalition videos were so good in America.
Nuts.
It's strange. It was supposed to be in China this year, weren't it? Of course, that's
down
the shitter.
How jokes is that?
That's an L.
All jokes aside, the fact that it was going to go to China is massive. Like,
but apparently, I heard that China is it's just marble ledge, and that's it. No rails, just stair sets and marble ledges. That's what I heard.
Watching old skate videos, you see companies for everyone's video parts. They'll always, or usually, I don't know if usually, but they'll go to China.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a pro skateboarder, you've probably been to China. Like, if you've seen clips from it, you'll understand. It's nuts. It's marble ledges everywhere. So
Luan, I watched bare Luan videos.
Like Plan B, I watched the Plan B video when they went there, like the behind the scenes stuff, and the spots look nuts. It's just like 50-foot long marble ledges and stuff. It's crazy.
It's so pretty there as well.
Yeah, it really
like
is.
All the clips would just look so sick.
For sure.
That's the thing with England. Like most of the clips that you film in England, everything's so dull.
The muddy grey sky doesn't help.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just everything. Even when it's sunny, it's just everything's so dull.
The spots
and so
don't
boring.
look very appealing. Everything's very like grey and.
Yeah, it's so shit. Yeah. It's so boring.
It's a good point, actually. It's a good point. Even like the clips in like Barca, they look so much better and everything.
Yeah, and that's what That's what makes me want to go new places and film and stuff. But it's just everything in England looks so shit.
What do you think of the London street jams? Because like for me, I really enjoy the London street jams.
Yeah, that's it.
There seems to be, I think you're right. When I've then watched clips or the London street jam video, if you will, it never just looks as good as actually being there. Do you know what I mean? And I think that might even be the reason, just because it's fucking grey. Like,
yeah,
it's a weird one because when you're at like a Spookfest, that video looks better than what it was when you were there.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like Spookfest recap videos look a lot more impressive and stuff than like when you were actually there watching it.
True.
Right?
That's
but
true.
in the street jam, into the streets, it doesn't really translate.
I found that with everything though. Everything looks shit on camera. It's never as crazy as it is in person.
Yeah, it's true.
True.
Never ever.
That is true.
Yeah, the amount
So
of,
much more appreciative in person.
100%.
It's like when you go to, even when you go to like a skate park, and then like you see like, or like, let's say you see like a street spot and everything, you go there, and then the stair set is actually fucking huge. You know that Liverpool
skate parks are clickbait. Honestly, you can look at a skate park on Google and it'll look so sick, and then you go there and it's absolute dog shit.
Yeah, you'll see pictures of it.
Honestly,
and it'll look
it's
so good.
so shit.
You'll get there, the ramps are like steep or like things just don't translate onto camera.
Facts.
Yeah, there's a do you remember? You know the stair set in Liverpool, the last one before we went to that skate park, where Eden and
was it a free block
someone
or a
was
stair
Derek,
set?
Derek
The
Marr.
king,
It was a
the
stair
king
set.
rail.
The kink rail.
Oh, the king.
Yeah, the king
Bro,
rail.
that thing is ridiculous. Like how
So
big that thing
harsh.
is. Yeah, on camera, that is, you'll never understand that. Like if you saw any clip, you'd never really appreciate that. But looking at that in real life, well, as soon as I got there, I just thought next spot then, because no one's touching that. You know, it's
Honestly,
crazy.
literally, you know, Indy for Crew Tapes the first year.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Indy tried to hop from the top over the rail to flat.
Oh,
the
bro, I
double
heard
set.
about that.
And I
I've
remember
never seen
seeing
the
that
clip.
rail, and I was like, "Oh my god, where's that rail?" And I was speaking to Indy and Jay, and they were like, "Yeah, it's some rail in Everton or near Everton or some shit."
That's
Right.
so
And I was
messed
like,
up
I'll
that you
hit
tried
that.
to jump that stair set.
So fun. And the
That's
run up.
so
Have you seen the
gnarly.
run up?
Yeah, the gnarly. Yeah, the gnarly.
Oh, shit.
The run up.
So fast.
The run up
It's
is
like
so
this much
gnarly.
run up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I remember I said to him, I was like, "Yeah, I'll hit that." And then when I got there, I was like, "It's honestly like a fucking right angle, bro.
Yeah.
It's so harsh."
But who was it? It was Derek Marr and Eden that hit it, wasn't it? And they were
Yeah.
contemplating it for a while. And it only took one of them
Yeah.
to go down it for the other one to go
I think
right.
Derek
It's
did
on.
it first.
I think.
and then-
yeah.
Derek boarded it, and then Eden board heeled it.
Yeah.
And then Derek did a board down flat, bar,
Yeah.
and then down. Which was fucked.
That's fucked. Who won the street jam? I can't remember.
What, the Liverpool one?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, me neither. I remember there being like a whole like.
I think it was
Think
Jake,
about it.
Eden, and Derek. I think Derek won.
I think you might have.
I think Derek won, and Eden came second, and Jake came third. I think so, I'm not sure.
It was something like that. I think they were the top three though.
Yeah.
But that was a sick weekend for sure.
It was a good weekend. It was a good weekend.
So sick.
Yeah. How was Alicante? I can't believe you went there. That's such a
Oh
strange.
my god. So sick. That was the best holiday ever.
Really?
Honestly, the best holiday ever. The nightlife. Oh my god. So sick.
Let's go. Let's
It
go.
was so good.
In terms of like spots and shit, out of
Is-
that
is-
and Barcelona, or even just parks, just like the riding kind of thing.
Parks were good. Parks were better than Barca Parks.
Barcelona, in my
parks,
opinion,
yeah.
are pretty shit.
Yeah, that's so shit. But
You don't go to Barcelona for the skate parks, though, do you?
Exactly. That's very true. But no spots. They were just like Barca spots. Like everything there is just meant to be ridden. It's sick.
Most of
When
When I
Spain,
went in
even
December
like
as well, it's like 20 degrees.
touristy places in Spain are quite like that though.
Yeah.
If they're not, you don't typically see loads of people skating them, but there's loads of like skate spots.
And I find it sick how at Macba there's a sign that says skateboarding beware.
Yeah,
Like if
it's
that was in
sick.
England, they were saying no skateboarding.
No, they would just skate.
Or
stop
America or something, they said no skateboarding.
They just
Where
skate
does it
stop
say
and
that?
just
Keep There's literally a sign at Macba that says
What? I don't remember
beware
seeing that.
skateboarders. Like they've embraced the fact that it's a spot and they're
It's
using that as an
famous spot as
attraction.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sick.
That's crazy, bro. I really liked Macbeth. I think it's such a
Yeah.
cool spot. Like, not only is it like super famous and everything, but the actual spot itself, when you actually ride it, it's actually an enjoyable thing because it lands in that little bank and it's got a decent run up and it's like a nice area. It's just
It's
like
just
enjoyable
smooth
to
as
be.
fuck and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I really enjoyed just riding that. And like, all right, cool. Little minor hiccup there, but we were talking about Macbar and I was saying how much I love the place. What were you saying, Sam? Sorry.
That was a right stitch up.
Oh, I couldn't remember. So I'll throw it over to you.
Deflected it at Sam.
Yeah, same, Steve.
I did the intro and went from there. Oh no, I got it. We were talking about Bezos Waves. What I was going to say.
Oh yeah, go
I
on.
was going to say that I actually really enjoy Bezos Waves, but it's just like proper annoying to get used to, like the waves. You know what I mean? It's super strange.
It's so different to a skate park.
Did you jump it? Did you not?
No, not even.
It's a big rail.
I remember just rolling up to it and I just wasn't feeling it.
On a skateboard, it's absolutely horrible.
Unlucky dude.
It's kind of like a bank it's a bank that's got a rolled top.
Yeah.
Trying to ollie out of that is horrible because you have to ollie before you get anywhere near the roll, or know how to ollie out of rolls, and I don't know how to ollie out of rolls, so it was so stressful. I got really angry that day, didn't I, Steve?
Chris was the problem was, I just landed like some really cool trick, like a quad whipped it, which is like one of the tricks that I wanted to do, and I was like really gassed, but Chris was in a foul mood, so I didn't want to be too like, bro, I'm so fucking gassed, because like Chris was actually in a stinker of a mood. So
you were so determined to do it though, Chris. I remember.
Bro, I was gassing it heavy before we went. That's why I was so genuinely annoyed at myself. You can see it in the webisode where it goes from on the Muzzle channel. You can see.
Did you actually try and hop it?
I was gonna ollie it. I was gonna trick it. I was planning on doing a load of tricks over it, but I got there I think I went with I went with the wrong expectations. Thought I was going to be it's going to be an easy ollie, and then I'll be able to like figure the tricks out. And it was a very difficult ollie. So it proper stressed me out.
Did you like end up sending it though?
You jumped over it.
I half sent it.
Left the
I got mad
behind.
speed wobbles. I was so committed. I was like, I'm not coming all this way to not charge it, and then literally just fully committed. Stayed so like central down across the waves, ready for the bump. Went over the last one, speed wobbled, and like hippie jumped it and just left my board behind. Right. I was on my story. I was very mentally defeated by it. I went with the wrong attitude and just didn't get it.
It was a tough one.
But
we went to,
I'll be back.
Yeah, you got it again. When we go back to Barcelona, you're gonna go on your scooter.
I'm going on my scooter, and I'm putting it out
my
there now.
God.
I'm back scooter flip deck grabbing it. And when I eventually do it in a webisode or something, I'm coming back to this clip, so I'll see you there.
He said it there.
Fair play. It's on the table.
My guy.
We went to that little fucking, like, these little metal, like, bumps which you'd seen in videos before. I don't know if you've seen them before. They're pretty dog shit, but, like, I've seen a lot of videos. They're, honestly, just in the floor. These little, like, metal sort of kickers, if you will, but they're really steep, so you have to really be careful. And we went to there afterwards. I don't know if you ever went to them, but they're not...
Was this in Barca?
Yeah,
this is in Barca. It's around the corner. Yeah, literally around the corner. They're not that good. I wouldn't recommend, to be honest. I wouldn't go back.
Yeah.
Very much exactly how I'm explaining it. It's a metal kicker on the floor, which is quite steep. That is your lot. You know what I mean? Like,
super narrow as well.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
they're like super narrow. Yeah, they're like a skateboard width.
A shark fin. That's what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shark fin. So there's like a big long like street of them.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, they're again. It was cool to be there because I'd seen them in videos before. I wouldn't recommend, but like if you ever go past them or something,
if you're passing through, hit them. But it's not worth going there for a session.
Yeah, that shit looks hard to ride.
Yeah, it's tricky.
One thing I think is like not talked about when you think about the tricks you do in Barcelona, the things you see in Barcelona is like one thing you'll never understand unless you're there is just how fucking hot it is, and it's fucking bro, it's so bad. And I feel for like think about the amount of people that live in like Australia and stuff, and they're always in like 30 plus degrees. I don't know how they do it because I just couldn't. Do you remember we were at that skate park? What's the skate park called? The big, the massive bars. That was awful. That was the worst ever.
That was 35 degrees that day. I remember.
Yeah,
disgusting.
Yeah. It's just
it's one of them. Barca's one of those places where like if you go when it's stupid hot, by the time you've skated from one spot to another or rode from one spot to another, you're too sweaty and tired to ride the spot.
Finished.
It's a tricky one. Like, I think that's why it would be better to go in a time where it's not so hot, because then you can actually ride.
That's what I mean. You guys went in when? Yeah, when did we go?
July.
July, yeah.
It was Worlds. It's for Worlds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really? That was
even Worlds in that arena. That was so warm in there. I remember. It was horrible in there.
It's a good job that stadium's. It's a big stadium, isn't it? Like it's weird because when you look at like, when people have seen those, like that footage, it's on like my Instagram and stuff. You know what I mean? like, and they don't ride, they're like, oh, the stadium's pretty empty. I'm like, you're right, it is. It's like there's barely anyone there, but like, it's strange because scootering attracts a lot of people to it, but in the grand scheme of things, we still don't fill up stadiums or anything like that, do we? It's not. It's an odd one. It's an odd one.
Like, if we're still having events where we can touch on this as well. This Spookfest, quote unquote. When it's an event in a skate park and it's meant to be one of the biggest ones and everyone can fit inside a skate park, that's like, that kind of says a lot about it.
Yeah, it's true actually.
Like, as
That's
sick
true.
as Corby is, if you can put everyone who wants to watch that event inside that skate park, it's not as big as we want it to be. Or there's still definite growth to be had. But let's touch on Spookfest. Because you wouldn't have gone to any of the early ones, Sam, when it was an actual festival.
No way.
It was
Bro, you don't know about this?
Bro, they used to have like a proper, like, everyone used to
A bar.
Bars. People
No
used to
way.
people used to camp outside. There was like on-site hostels and hotels, and there was music in the evening. Was it Chase and Status played one year? But it was just one of them, wasn't it?
It was this really fucking. It might have been someone from like Coldplay or something. It was like the weirdest fucking thing. Like, oh no, it might have been Chase and Status. It was a proper niche little.
I'm sure it was
group,
one year. It was Chase and Status, but only one of them was there.
No, that was at Rush. That was at Rush in the evening.
Was it?
2014, when we had that half pipe outside of it. Bro, Sam, I can't. So the Spookfest you've been to, you've actually said this to me before. They're pretty shit, and I happen to I kind of have to agree because they are to a degree. I think the Rush one was the most enjoyable one after all of them because Corby for us is just not because it was at Rush, but
Rush
just because it was not. But just because it was not at Corby, I didn't enjoy it at Corby. It bores me. I don't know why. It's just not fun.
I think
Wait, so you enjoyed the Rush one more than Corby?
Absolutely, yeah.
Fuck, bro.
Because
I
it should
fucking
be
hate
about
Rush.
everybody. A festival should be about travelling to a different place, and it being an actual festival, not just a competition inside a skate park. You can't just slap the name festival on something and just have it as a normal. Like, what? Not really much differentiates Scoot GB from Spookfest. You can't just slap the name festival on it and just assume people are gonna gravitate towards it. And if you didn't know, if you were a new scooter rider and you heard the name Spookfest, you'd like Scooter Festival. It's the biggest scooter festival in the world, is what they brand it as. And you get there and it's just a competition inside Corby. You'd be disappointed.
Yeah,
And
about that.
I completely understand that there's reasons why we can't go back to Stoneleigh Park and why things are happening, but.
Just wish it was.
Change the name then, because it's not a festival. It's a competition. Change the name. Either make it a festival or change the name. If anyone's listening, somebody please do an actual scooter festival, like an actual festival.
Why don't we do it?
Let's organise one.
Let's do it.
Let's just rent out fucking Hampton Field, put a bunch of tents there. I know a guy who's got a burger van.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We got Doyley's DJ and everything.
I think the sport needs something like that, because think about the Stoneleigh Park ones. You've got every rider from every country all coming together for it. All the Americans travelled over, the Australians travelled over, the European guys came over. Like, that's what we need to progress the sport.
I liked the World Cup thing they did last year between each nation. That was a cool idea. That was the first time they did that. That was a fucking cool idea.
Also,
I really enjoyed that.
the Action Space event that Kota put on, that's massive for like the top end of it. The top end, like riders getting paid accommodation, they're getting like how they formatted it, and the massive prize pool. That's huge. But give me a Spookfest, do you know what I'm saying?
Alright, Sam, do you know what I absolutely love at last year's Spookfest? Is that photo of when Team UK have been announced winners, and you see all the guys in the UK in their red t-shirts, and you're just there in a fucking beanie and like a checkered blouse, and you're just there like gassed with them. It's such a fucking sick photo. Oh, yeah,
You shaved your eyebrows off.
Bro, that photo is so fucking jokes because everyone's in like the Team GB like top, and I just see you there looking at everyone. Oh, bro, it's so funny. Absolutely died because it was all over like because it was like the best photo. It's all over like everyone's Instagrams, like all over the Scoot Festival, and you're always
Everyone's
there
in
with
red t-shirts,
your
isn't it?
beanie and no eyebrows, and like a white blouse as opposed to a fucking red top.
Oh, that's so funny.
Bro, I fucking loved it. Absolutely loved it.
That's what I mean. Spookfest was good, but like, again, if it was actual festival, it just would have been so much better. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that they actually had like festivals.
Oh, yeah. Sam, bro, 2013. It was me, Luke, Con Adamson, and Scott, and we went. And Chris was there, but he was with Maui and Sons. But we stayed in a tent and in a field full of a bunch of basically scooter riding pissheads is what they were. Like, it was unreal. But I'm only like 14 at this point as well. And then you go up, and there was this little not like a fair, but you know what I mean. There's like rides and everything, and like there's like there's like like hook a fish and shit. You know what I mean? Like hook a duck. What for fuck's sake?
Hook a fish. My God.
Hook a fish. Come on.
Fish.
Hook a duck.
Shut up. Hook a fish.
You know what I mean, and all that stuff. And then all the skate parks in there are like just built for the wiggers. This big warehouse or big showroom. They build the skate park, and they build like a street bit, and they build like an outdoor plaza, and then they had an airbag for some reason, which you have to pay to go on.
With no ramp, and you just jump off like a... It wasn't even like a ramped airbag. It was just a big
jump
platform into an airbag.
Just jump into it, either on your feet or on your scooter if you really want to try flip drops or something. Like it's awful.
But things like that are cool. That's like if you're like 8 years old, like. You don't really want to ride the skate parks, but you want to enjoy the event. There's things like that. It all make a big difference.
Yeah. But I think one of the best things is everyone had every single brand had their own little sort of gazebo tent kind of thing. You know what I mean, like stall, and they all sold parts there, and they all sold like merch and shit. And you can just wander around. It was almost like a town of just scooter shops. It was like from each brand. It was the coolest thing ever.
It was also like a trade show for the brands as well, where all brands are there and all the brands are communicating to each other. Things like that, even past the scooter riders, it would be good for brands, surely, to have like a big trade show that isn't as corporate as the rest of them.
Bro, it's cool as fuck. Sam, what do you think of the difference between the hype you get at park places as opposed to street places? Because for me, like just the hype in any street jam is just so much better, and like the community is just so much more...
That's exactly what it is. It's the community, like the street, like people who ride street. I don't want to say this, but I feel like it's true. People that ride street are nicer than people that ride park.
I wouldn't generalise like that, but I think I'm on the same path as you.
I think the riding mentality of street riders is a lot less toxic than the riding mentality of park riders.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a big difference. There is a big difference. Like when you go to the park, when it's all very what would you say? It's like people are training to, you know what I mean? Like everyone's training
it's a lot less
as opposed to having fun.
Like I get on with people that ride park. I know people that ride park, and I get on with them. But the street, like community, is so much better. Everyone is so much nicer, and no one really cares that much about what everyone's doing.
Yeah, it's just about having fun. It's definitely,
like
I said, it's a generalisation, but it definitely does happen in. There's definitely some examples of it where I've been to like street places as opposed to park places, and I gone to like an event and everyone's just all a bit. Maybe people don't care about like the fun side of things, and they're just trying to get really good, and that's fair enough. You know what I mean? Hats off to them. Just good luck, you know. So I guess maybe it is just sort of that, but it's definitely a massive difference, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
And it's strange to see. It's strange to see. Do you think it's because the street riders are just older? Because that's definitely true.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they're just more mature.
Grown up, we're a bit more like just for friendship and, you know, good times and everything, as opposed to a 14-year-old. It's just not the same thing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the mentalities are very different. The street's a lot more laid back and let's go out and just chill and ride, and if we hit a big spot, we hit a big spot. If we don't, we don't mentality.
Yeah.
Whereas if you ride in park and you're trying to compete at the high levels, you're like, all right, I need to do this, this, this and this on this, and then that. And then it's more like, it's a mindset. It's a competitive mindset.
That's exactly what it is. Like if someone's, you know, doing like a sick park trick, I don't know, some park riders watching it being like, oh, I need to do better than that.
Yeah.
Whereas a street rider's watching, you know, I don't want to say a street rider, but You know,
Yeah,
someone
in
at a
this-
street jam is watching
in this
someone doing
context,
something,
yeah.
and they're going, "That's fucking sick," and they're not thinking in their head, "I need to do better than that. I want to," you know. No one cares. You know, just enjoy what's happening.
It's odd. I think one thing, well, certainly I enjoy not only myself when I am riding. I think you'll agree with this. But also when I watch other people riding, is I like, especially me though, I like going to many places and going to different skate parks or spots, whatever it is. I don't like staying in one place. I like to travel as much as possible. And with street, it opens up that, like, wherever you go, no stair set is the same, no rail is the same, no ledge is the same, you know what I mean? Because the street sections are just so unique, you know? I think we had a conversation about it before, and you know, I said, like, I really like just watching unique things as opposed to the same thing on a similar box in a different skate park, but it's the same thing, you know? I think that happens a lot. And I think that's why you go to so many different street spots, I would say.
I love street spots. I'd 100% rather ride, you know, street than a skate park any day. I say that every day. I say that every single day.
Yeah.
I love riding street.
I feel like you have more chance to be creative in street.
Exactly. It's not about what is good, it's about what looks good to me and
what you can make good.
Exactly. You know?
Like, look at the things that, like, Juzzy Carter does, and he hits the dumbest fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb. You know that, like, that rail where it's not even a rail, it's like a fence where they're like, it's like, goes like, it's like that really, goes like that the whole time.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not, like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's silly. Like, that's not even a spot. Like, and, like, him managing to do that is just adds so much creativity, and the fact that, like, where, let's say me and you were looking for street spots, we'd go straight past that. If we wouldn't even think about it, you know what I mean? We'd just carry on looking for other things. But, like, the fact that some people can do things on something which you wouldn't even see, I think adds so much more to it. Like, when I look through Instagram, it's so much cooler seeing something that's just a bit creative, or just in a spot which I haven't seen that person at before. You know, they've gone somewhere else. It's just unique. It's just different. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But, you know, it is what it is.
What do you think about Instagram and, you know, all that stuff?
We touched on it with Jack. I like Instagram. I go for it a lot.
I like Instagram.
And I like using Instagram. I like posting to Instagram.
Me too.
I also like the community on Instagram to a degree. The community that surrounds myself. I think it's good. Like, me and Chris and Jack had a conversation about, like, when people sort of, like, take it that bit too far, and they sort of, like, they stress over it, you know what I mean? That's a tough one. I don't think you ever want to be in that situation, not just in scootering or Instagram, but just in anything, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be thinking about it that much, you know, like, setting yourself, I am posting daily, and then doesn't matter what it is, you post daily. But again, it's not my fucking problem, you do what you want, you know, like, but I could never be like that. But I like it. What about you?
I think Instagram is a sick platform to, you know, start, you know, just getting your name out there. If you want to do well in the, you know, scootering industry, then 100% Instagram is your way forward. That is where the most, like, if you just want to get yourself out there, then Instagram is the way forward. 100%.
Do you
and I back that.
Do you value Instagram clips more than a video part?
This is why I brought Instagram up, because I definitely don't. And you know, all of my friends, they do not value Instagram clips over park clips. And someone said on the last podcast, people value Instagram clips more than park clips. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that. Because everybody I know, even you two, you value, you know, park clips more than Instagram clips. And everyone I know does.
100%.
Yeah, true, Sam, but look at the view counts and you'll realise that the view counts are just not there on YouTube.
Because it's so easy to see though on Instagram.
Absolutely.
It's easier to see.
That's true. It's a good point. I think Instagram's fun. Like, I think it's great, and
I think it's sick.
I think it's strange because you're right. Now I'm thinking about it. No one in country really posts that often. As they just sort of post whenever they, like, you know what I mean. Like, whenever it happens, it might be 3 times in 1 week. It might be once in a month.
Shout out Country Crew, by the way.
So we'll have more of them on one day. In fact, when we're all together, we should have everyone on.
Have everyone.
That would
on
be
all
sick.
at once.
That would be sick.
That would be sick.
But you post a fair amount to Instagram and everything.
Yeah, I do. I love Instagram.
You also film and edit them in I don't know how to say it, but it's like a very particular way, if you know what I mean. Like it's
What, my Instagram clips?
Yeah, it's very watchable clips, if you know what I mean. You film them very well, you edit them very well.
Well, that's the exact. I don't know. I just, if something looks good, then it is good. That's exactly what it is to me.
100%. But that's what I mean. Like, but
Yeah.
you can definitely like, you see someone's clips and it's just been filmed rubbish, and that's that. You know,
Yeah.
you're very good at like making it look more entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think that's why it catches a lot of eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I just. It's just this. It's a sticky. It's just weird. It's just. I don't know.
The thing is really not that deep at the end of the day. Like Instagram's a great app and I love it. It's definitely the main form of scootering. Like, and I really enjoy it. And the amount of people I know, and that are like genuine, really, really good friends with, just through knowing them through Instagram originally, and then meeting them for the first time, and now I'm like really good friends with them, and we talk all the time. It's such a cool place. You know what I mean?
Everything I said about Instagram is not to discredit the platform and what it's doing for the sport. I just think that the way things are at the moment, like I said in the last podcast, is that Instagram clips are taking priority over filming a video part, and I think that is a shame, because I would much rather watch video parts from people than consistent Insta clips, unless the Insta clips were promos for that video part. That's just kind of how I grew up through skateboarding. That's how it was. Like on social media or in magazines, you promoted your video part, and it was everything was centered around video parts. So it's just, I guess for me personally, I just miss people bringing out big video parts and not focusing more on Instagram clips. And this doesn't go for like everyone. Obviously there's people that, like Dylan Morrison, he brings out parts and still uploads a lot to Instagram, but you get riders that just do Instagram and don't have video parts.
I think park riders, do park riders still upload like video parts?
It's a tricky one, because we're in a weird, for me, I think we're in a weird part of the sport where people who ride park, their main focus is usually competition. And there's things like me and Steve, me and you have had the conversation about a front flare or a flail. Like that's a kind of a competition trick, not a video part trick. If you threw that in a video part, people would just go, because they're so accustomed to seeing it in competition runs. It was the same with the flip drop. Like the first flip drop, everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's insane!" And then everyone did it in their run for like 3 years straight. People still do them in their runs. They flip drop something, but that would have been like a banger in a video part at some point. So park riders kind of, it's a weird one. I think they're more, they save those tricks for best trick or in comp runs, and as opposed to sticking them in a video part.
That's now you've said that, Sam. You actually really made me think. I cannot remember the last time, because the street scene actually is like roaring with like video parts. People bringing out video parts left, right, and centre, especially like the coalition things. And now I genuinely cannot remember.
I think park riders are worse for it, in my opinion.
The last
100%.
park.
Oh, 100%.
The last I genuinely can't remember the last park edit that I remember that was actually sort of any significant. That's a great point. I've never even thought about that. That's the point.
I guess that street mentality comes from, it's same with BMX and skateboarding and other things, like it's more video part centered. At the core of it, it's video part centered, and obviously skateboarding and BMX are at that point now where like street skating is the main form of skateboarding. It used to be vert, it used to be park, and then now it's street skateboarding, because it came up through that more relatable video part rider. So more people are going to want to see people they've related to in a video part and on like the bigger stages. And I think the scooter scene's kind of taken that. That's why I much prefer watching street riders and going to street events because someone's always got a camera out or someone's always talking about filming for video parts. Like, I want to come back here and hit this for my part and things like that.
Fair. What I was going to ask you, Sam, is who is your favourite rider, as opposed to the best rider, just who's your favourite rider, the one you enjoy watching the most, the person you like the most? Can I, before you say it, I've got a prediction. So have a think, and then I'll tell you my prediction.
I think me and you got the same prediction, Steve.
Yeah, I think it is.
I've got 3.
Pick one.
I've got 3. I can't pick one. Honestly, I've had the same 3 for ages.
Okay. Well, my prediction was Reese.
Reese is one of them.
Reese does well.
Yeah.
Who's the other 2?
I love Reese. There's Lewis Opal and Devon. 7.
No way.
I don't know. They're all so different.
Yeah.
But I don't
Reese
know.
gives me
Honestly, I have no idea who my favourite rider is.
Really?
I have no idea. I just can't decide.
Reese gives me this proper, like, in the fucking slums feeling every time he runs. Because he's always riding, like, the weirdest fucking spots. They're just so sick. They're so entertaining
Reese is just
to
a
watch.
badass.
Like, he doesn't give a fuck.
Reese is
and
just
he's a
sick.
super nice guy. Super nice guy.
100%.
So when we met him at Spookfest, he's really nice.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we
Which is
met
nice
him
to
like it was like 2 minutes after meeting. It was like, oh, do you want to come back to our Airbnb? Jozzy's doing an interview. We were just like, what?
Sam, imagine this. We're at Spookfest, yeah. We come outside the Airbnb just to scoot down to the skate park. Reese is outside our house. And we're like, oh, all right, mate, how you doing? It's so funny. We gave him a beer and everything. Like,
That's jokes.
yeah, he's super jokes. I really like him. I got a lot of time.
Alright, I think I've got one final question before we wrap it up then, Sam. And it's a bit of a juicy one. Give me your top 5. Who do you think are the top 5 riders in the UK right now?
Oh. Oh
It's a
my
bit of a
god.
it's a bit of a loaded question because we're friends with most of them.
Ollie, gotta be one of them. Dear me.
Okay, so Eden.
Is this in no particular order?
This is in no particular order.
Alright.
Eden.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll
Basil
write that.
Chippo.
Who?
Basil Chippo.
I don't know who that is,
Sure.
I don't think.
You don't know?
I don't know. It doesn't
You
sound
Basil
bothered
familiar.
to shake your head.
I don't think I know who that is.
Extendo Chip.
No, definitely not.
Brother, I've got a fucking clue what you're on
Oh
about.
my
I'm really
god.
sorry, but...
He won 2019 Street Jump? No, 2018 Street Jump.
I will look him up on Instagram, man.
Black guy.
After this.
Insane.
What?
Wow,
Hang
okay.
on, let me look. I'm going to look
Basil
now.
Chip. Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
look.
What's his
honestly.
Instagram? Bazza.
Extendo
Baz-
Chip.
Of course it is.
So
Extendo.
Eden Extendo.
Oh, okay. Oh, this guy. I
Yeah.
like this guy. Yes, I've seen him at all the
Insane.
street jams.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't follow him. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him now. I like this guy. Yeah, I've talked to him a couple of times. Not
So
only
sick.
very briefly, but yeah, I like
Yeah,
him. He's a good
Insane.
guy.
He was at Spookfest. He was like,
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
GB UK.
for
whatever.
GB.
Oh, was it
Yeah.
him?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
black guy.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I want to say Con.
Adamson.
Con is so sick.
Connor is.
Connor
so
is
sick.
very good.
Con is so
Yes, he
sick. Shout
Connor
out
is so
Con.
sick.
Big
I
shout
think
out,
you're probably
shout out,
looking
Con.
through quite a narrow lens, but I understand what you mean. He is very, very good.
What is that? 3.
Dante?
Yeah, let's put Dante in there. That's 4. Then I've only got one more.
Terry Price?
Nah, let's take Dante out. I'll put Jake B. Smith in
I'll bite that.
and Dill
Jake is unreal.
He's
Jake
nuts.
is unreal.
He's
Dill
insane.
Ditchfield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Dude, was sick.
Jake is very good, isn't he? Like,
So good.
it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, Jake's insane. I forgot about Jake.
Especially his Instagram clips, because they're always so like just unique. You know what I mean?
So
they're
good,
incredible.
so clean.
Yeah.
He's just insane.
Very unique rider. Fucking yeah. That's probably a really good shout.
He's pushing limits.
I'd love to see a full video part from Jake.
Yeah.
He just saves some of the stuff he's doing and does it on crazy stuff. Like, because I don't think there's many people that are going to do the stuff he's doing. Not in the UK anyway.
Is there any rider every time I see an Instagram clip, I'm like, I have no idea what he's going to look like.
Every time.
Every time I've got no idea what he's going to do. You know what I mean? It's always so. You know, like same with like nearly all of us. We're going to have a general idea of what it's going to look like. You know, because you've got the sort of caliber of tricks that you come through and things. With Jake, it's just I've got no idea. It could be anything. Absolutely.
I tell you, Jake absolutely loves riding.
Yeah.
Jake's grind for riding is insane.
You can
like
tell.
we would go out with him like just I don't know 2 days, 3 days, and he's so annoying because he just wants to ride all the time. He just won't shut up. He just wants to ride all the time. That's all he wants to do.
That's how you become the best.
Yeah, exactly, and I respect that. He's so good.
He's so
good.
Is he our age?
No, he's like 23, 24.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow, fair play.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair play. That's fair enough. I was gonna say something, but it's gone straight out the lid. Can't remember, boys. Sorry about that.
That's tough.
What can you do? That's it. This is something which I thought about. If we're wrapping it up here, this is something which I wanted to ask you, as I want to ask everyone who now comes on, which I wish I asked Jack. Who should we have on next?
Oh, good question.
I'm going to ask that to everybody and have that as a recurring thing.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Probably should. I could have told you this before and you could have thought about it, but...
What, and the person that I say is on next? 100%.
Well, I mean, that's up to them, of course.
Yeah, if they want to do it.
Yeah, I can't, read their mind. But who do you think we should have on next?
Ollie.
Oh, I'm not having Ollie. I'm not having Ollie on this podcast. There's no chance.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What I said, Ollie.
You'd get like a 20-minute podcast of Steve and Ollie talking and me just going...
Yeah, me and Ollie having a mildly passive argument.
Fuck.
We're joking, Ollie, of course.
Yeah. You can come on when the whole of country are on.
Shout out Spartan.
Alright, sick. Sick. Are we wrapping it there?
Yeah, let's wrap it.
Cool. Alright. Toe, thanks for coming on.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Love.
Did you enjoy your time?
I did, yeah.
Yeah?
100%.
Did you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sick.
Sure.
Thanks for watching, guys. Of course, follow Sam, follow us, follow everything. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one.
Shout out Chris with a K-way. I am one of those.